Today's recipe is goat meat stew. I already started cutting my goat meat and it's really fatty and really bony, so I had to select and cut out all the fat before this, otherwise it will be a long process. After cutting just little tiny portions, I'm going to clean it really well and then I can start cooking it. This dish takes a long time because the meat is really hard and then it has a different type of smell. So for this one, I'm going to cook in my cooker. I'm going to put some onion, half an onion, a red onion. I'm going to put some ginger root and a whole I'm gonna do more onions and then more ginger because of the smell. It has a different smell. If you don't get rid of the smell, excuse me, nobody's gonna eat it. So the more onions you put and other spices, it will help get rid of that smell. So boil this in that water. Do not use that water, throw that water away. So I'm just gonna cook this for like 45 minutes on 200. Welcome to my channel. My name is Therese. For this dish, I'm gonna do 2 onions, and I'm doing 2 onions because I'm also going to make some rice. So 2 onions, and I'm gonna chop off some garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna chop off some tomato, 2 fresh tomatoes. Excuse my kid who always like to be next to me when I'm trying to do this. And that'll be that. I'll do some tomato sauce. Also, I'm gonna make a seasoning. So I'm gonna chop all this stuff up and make a seasoning. So I don't make goat meat that often, but if I do make it, this is one of the ways that I make it. Don't mind me dancing. I love dancing while cooking and cleaning. So the goat meat. So if you trying to get rid of the smell, because some people cannot really take the smell, usually I'm boiling it right now in my cooker over there. You can see all the way up the far side of the kitchen. I'm boiling it with just onion and ginger and some salt in water. I'll do that for like 45 minutes for it to be tender, sometimes longer, but I'll do that. And then while that's cooking, that's why I'm cutting this, and then I'll be making rice, and then I'll be cleaning up. So stick here on the video, continue watching, and if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I am an African lady who loves to eat and cook African food, but I do other stuff with all this delicious food that I love eating so much. I struggle with weight, and I try to do videos on that, like different kind of teas and different kind of food. So I love to eat like this, but during the weekdays I eat healthy and I drink lots of water. I realize after my 30, everything start being harder. So with this blend seasoning, I'll put onions, some garlic, and some celery, and I put all that. I blend it up, and I'll put some chicken bouillon, and then some ginger. You need ginger, fresh ginger, and then I'm going to put some oil. I'm using vegetable oil for this, and blend all that up. Of course, you have to add some salt, so just mind when you're adding salt like that, there's already salt, so don't add too much salt. So blend all that stuff up and put it to the side, and then I'm gonna start on my rice. I'm going to make rice. This rice is not just me eating it. This rice, some special people in my house that don't like fufu, usually with this meal we're gonna eat fufu, but for people that say that, why don't you cook some rice for us? So I had to make some rice, and yeah, I'm making rice. It's really simple. I'm using pretty much the same ingredient I'm gonna use for the goat meat. So for the rice, a little bit of vegetable oil in either a saucepan or a pot. I had to switch where I'm gonna cook it because to start off with, so you can see. So just a little bit of oil, and then I'm going to put some onions in there. This one are just onions. I love onions. I know some people don't like onions, and I cut them so big so if they don't like it, they can remove the onions. The girls, anyways, they don't like vegetables like that. So put some onions in that while it warm up, and then after the onions are done or cooked, which will take like 2 to 3 minutes, and then I put in my seasoning that I blended together, and I'm going to also put in some tomato sauce and let it cook for like 5 minutes, and then wash or rinse out my rice. Okay, this is jasmine rice. Make sure you rinse out your rice. Sometimes we just buy rice and just trying to cook it like that. Rinse out the rice like at least like 3 times in water, and it'll be good to go. And you can just add that to the water. I have a rice cooker, but somehow I love making rice in a pot, and I'm just showing you for the people that don't have, excuse my kid, for the people that don't have rice cookers, it's easy to make rice like this in a pot without burning the pot. Okay, you can just learn. So I put my seasoning in there. Like I said, I'm gonna let it cook for like 5 minutes because this is raw stuff, and let it cook for like 5 minutes, if you want to. But then add the rice, and I'm using jasmine rice. You can do other kind of rice if you would like to, but that would just going to depend on how long you have to cook it for. So 5 minutes, while you're rinsing the rice, and then put the rice and cook it for like 20 minutes on low, on very low. That's the rice. I'm rinsing it. Thank you for watching if you got this far, and I continue to do some more videos on cooking. Subscribe if you have not done so, and don't mind my dancing. I just enjoy I just enjoy dancing. My kid is over here just laughing hysterically, but I enjoy dancing. Seriously, I enjoy dancing and cooking, and while I'm cleaning and cooking. So anyways, if you want more dancing, that'll be on TikTok. So in here, I just love to have some fun. So put the rice in there, and then add some water. Don't add too much water. When you're making rice, if you want it to come out perfectly, just add just a little bit above the rice. Whatever amount you have, just add a little bit, just a little bit above, where you can still see the rice, and reduce the heat to really low, and cover it and leave it alone. You can check on it, but just don't touch it that much. That's pretty much with the rice. You leave it alone. You cover it, you reduce the heat, and you leave it alone, and that's it. You can do the sauce or the soup or whatever, or you can just do plain water, the same concept. Just you cover it and you leave it alone. So I'm gonna let it cook for like 10 minutes, and then while that's cooking, before I put the aluminum foil, I'm going to start with the goat meat, the sauce or the stew. So after I cooked it for like a long while, for I think it was 45 minutes or maybe an hour, then I put a pot and some oil. I'm going to fry it and do the sauce in there, or the stew in that pot I have over there. So I put some oil in that pot, and I'm going to fry it a little bit for the color, And it also tastes differently if you fry it, or even if you don't fry it, it tastes differently. So I liked after I boil it like that. I'm going to throw away that water. I'm not going to use it because this is goat meat. I don't like the really bad smell of it. So that's why I'm going to throw the water. So after that, yeah, frying that, putting some vegetable oil, and then fry it. It's actually, you can do that. After doing all this, you can put it in the oven too, or you don't have to do the stew. You can just fry it like that and just eat it like that, or grill. But I just wanted a stew. So after I fried that, I'm going to put some onions. The mixture that I have, the onions and the pepper, and I'm going to cook it like that. And afterwards, I'm going to add seasoning and tomato sauce and let it cook. I'll add some water to it and then let it cook. So I needed to add some more salt because I didn't put enough salt. And because I throw the water, I'm going to throw the water, and yeah, so add some more. You can taste it and then add salt as needed. And then I added the tomato sauce and the seasoning salt, and then I'll add some water in a little bit. But first, I needed to put some bay leaf because I just remember that I didn't put any. So I'm going to add a couple bay leaves, dry bay leaves, and then put the water. My rice is still cooking, and I'm going to add the aluminum foil shortly after I put my goat meat to cook. So cover that up after you put the water and let it cook on medium. Let it cook. While that's cooking, so I reduced the heat for the rice. I had to check on the rice before anything. You can check on the rice just at the bottom so it's not burning. And then I put it really low and I cover it with aluminum foil and just let it cook like that with the steam. So you can cook it like that before uncover it when you are first putting it for like 10 minutes, and then cover it up and let it cook like that. So while that's cooking, I still have this mess that I have to clean up because when you're cooking, you have so much stuff. So let me just clean up, and it will save me later on, so I don't have to do it later on. And yeah, thank you for watching. So they deal with the cleaning, how you can avoid too much stuff to do later on. It's just clean right after you cook. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm just too tired to even clean up after. Then I'm gonna have like bunch of dishes to wash later on. I already washed dishes earlier, and I cleaned earlier. So I'm going to post a video either tomorrow or the day after, because I have to edit it. I wash the dishes and I clean up. So, but with this, after you finish cooking, or while you wait for the stuff, because that's gonna take like, I'm going to cook my goat meat for like more than 30 minutes. So that's why I was doing other things while that's cooking, like cleaning up and washing the dishes. let's check on the goat meat stew. It's looking really delicious. And so is the rice. Let's go ahead and put this on a plate so I can go ahead and enjoy it. Have you ever eat goat meat? If yes, did you like it? If you didn't like it, why not? And if you ever eat it, what did you eat it with? Fufu or rice or plantains or what? Yams? Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.